Hello and welcome to another RPG TV video. Thank you so much for joining me. I've been wanting to do this video for a little while. It's been pushed back by a number of things in my life, but here I am. I'm finally doing it. This is going to be a video on speaker setup, and also voiceover customization for audio settings. There's a number of settings that I really just want to talk about and show off, and how to customize not just your audio settings for speakers, but also your audio settings for voiceover. I'm really excited to show all the really awesome features that are available in voiceover today. So, years ago when we started with voiceover settings, the features that we had as far as settings for audio, I feel, and I'm sure anybody who was using voiceover from the beginning, the features were very limited in what you could do, and even just the tools that you had within the audio settings. So I'm just going to go to the basic audio settings to show you what I use, which is really helpful. And I'm sure everybody knows balance, but this is a tool that I feel is so helpful when setting up basically any set of speakers. So I'm going to open up accessibility here. Open accessibility and settings.
One sec. Here are the settings for accessibility.
Wow, that was really loud. So as soon as you notice my sounds, I'll get to my sound settings in a minute here.
Hearing sound recognition, audio/visual button.
There we go. So audio/visual button. This whole layout in general has changed over the years, which I like. So of course I have mono audio off. You can change that.
The audio for supported Apple and Beats headphones. You can customize the audio for supported Apple and Beats headphones. Mono audio off. Make the left and right speakers play the same content. Phone noise cancellation on. Noise cancellation reduces ambient noise on phone calls when you are holding the receiver to your ear. Headphone notifications off. To protect your hearing, iPhone sends a notification if you've been listening to loud headphone audio for long enough to affect your hearing. Balance. Heading. Left-right stereo balance. 50% left. 50% right. Adjustable.
And of course, whether you're wearing headphones or, like I'm doing, which is setting up a pair of speakers, this will really help you know which earphone or speaker is, supposed to be the left and which one's supposed to be the right, which is, of course, really crucial when, you're doing, stuff like playing audio games, listening to music. There's a certain way things are supposed to pan left and right, so we're going to just go... we're just going to adjust that.
60% right, 30%, 20%, 0% left, 100% right.
And due to this issue, I've noticed, and you might hear it, these speakers are sitting on my desk improperly. So, next time around, I'm going to be swapping these speakers around so that they're on the right sides.
40%, 50%, 60%, 70%, 80%, 90% left, 100% left, 0% right.
So, yeah, this is how you know when each speaker is on its proper side, or even if you're wearing your headphones properly or not. But let's just go back to 50% balance.
50% left, 50% right.
Alright, there we go.
Adjust the audio volume balance between left and right channel. Visual. Heading. LED flash for alerts. Off.
And of course, we don't need to do that. Well,
you can headphone accommodations. Off. Button. Headphone audio. Heading. Headphone accommodation. Audio. Heading. Audio/visual. Accessibility. Back button.
So let's go back.
Accessibility.
And so now this is where we're going to talk about even cooler things that you can do with your sound settings. And if you didn't know about these, I'm really glad to be sharing this with you. If you already knew about it, that's great too.
Devices. Hearing. Keyboard. Apple. Side. Voice control. Switch control. Face ID. Touch. Physical and audio description. Spoken motion. Display and magnifier. Zoom. Off. VoiceOver. On. Button.
So of course we're going to hit VoiceOver button.
On. VoiceOver speaks items on the screen.
Yeah,
Tap
yeah.
Once to double speech button. Braille button. VoiceOver recognition. Verbosity. Audio button.
Of course, we're going to hit the audio button.
Haptics button. Audio heading. Sounds and haptics button.
And so now we're going to go all the way down. If you have both of these on or not, will choose where your sounds are coming from. So if you don't want your sounds coming from both of your headphones or both of your speakers, whichever, you can choose which headphone or which speaker your sounds are coming at, which I really like, because I don't really like my sound settings to be in stereo, even though I started with that. I just wanted to show you, if you started with it or if you had it and you wanted to change it, that you could do it this way. So I'm going to choose
Sonic port heading.
Alright.
Selected. Sonic port 1. Selected. Sonic port
Alright,
2.
I'm going to choose this one.
Sonic port 2. Selected. Sound channels. Selected. Sonic port 2. Sound channels. Sonic port heading. Selected. Sonic port 1. Sonic port 2.
And so now that one is deselected,
Sonic port 1. Sound channels. Sonic selected. Sonic
it's only
port 2.
going to come out of one of the channels.
Sound channels. Sonic port heading. Selected. Sonic port 1. Sonic port 2.
So I'm going to select Sonic Port 2
Selected.
again.
Sonic port selected. Sonic port 1.
And
1. Sound channels. Sonic port 1. Selected. Sonic port 2. Selected. Sonic port 1. Sound channels. Selected. Selected. Sonic port 1. Speech channels. Any externally connected media devices should be reconnected for this change to take effect. Speech channel. Selected. Sonic port 1. Selected. Sonic. Sound channels. Sonic port. Heading.
alright, so that's how you select your various channels of which sound you want your sound settings to come through. And so I'm going to go back up here.
Speech channels. Any externally connected media devices should be reconnected for the send to it during audio call. Auto select speak. Audio ducking. On. Sounds and haptics. Audio ducking. On.
Alright, I'm going to turn that off because I don't want audio ducking.
Sounds and haptics. Button. Audio. Heading. Sounds and haptics. Button.
And so this is the other cool thing, is sound and haptics.
Heading. Sounds. On.
So of course I have sounds on,
Match speech volume. Off.
and I have match speech volume off. This is another really great setting that you can choose and change, because much like the way I like sounds, I don't need the sounds to be blaring loud as VoiceOver is, you know.
Sound volume. 80%. Adjustable.
So let's change that. Let's go.
70%. 60. 50%.
So I'm going to put it at 50%, and you can put it at whatever volume you want. And this is really, really helpful, like I said, with as far as, you know, the sounds, how loud those sounds are, or if you did, you know, really need those sounds to be blaring loud, you could do that too.
The volume rotor will change only the volume of the voiceover speech. Haptics. Heading. Haptics. Off. Haptic interaction. Item focused. Item activated. Navigation wrapped backwards. Button.
And so now you can literally just go through all of these
Navigation
sections
Scroll down
and
radius.
choose,
Button. No item discovered. Button.
you know, what sounds you really want to have on or what sounds you want to have off. And like, as far as like which actions, you might want to only have a sound when you're going back through your router,
Voiceover
as
feedback.
opposed to going,
Screen
as
change.
a sounds going forward and backwards through your router.
Synchronized focus.
You know, for whatever reason,
Enter target. Exited target area. Button. Navigated.
you know,
inside
and
touch
this, like I
container.
said, these are all the sections, of course, you can.
Speaking rate. Volume. Speak words. Character. Edit. Headings. App feedback. Heading. Braille. Heading. Text editing. Heading. System. Heading.
Let's go to system.
Reachability started. Button. Reachability ended. Dock appeared. Dock disappeared. Folder opening. Folder opened. Button. Folder closed. Keyboard appeared. Button. Keyboard disappeared. Volume changed. Button. Screen locked. Button. Screen locked. Button. Volume changed. But heading not found. System.
this is the
Heading.
last ones.
Text editing. Heading. Braille. Heading. App feedback. Heading.
App feedback.
Item loaded. Button. Item loaded. Button.
Yeah, these are
Upload
just,
here.
like I said, a
Button.
lot of cool things. Like you can do, like I said, you can do all the really cool things you can do when it comes to setting up sounds, setting up audio, setting up speakers, setting up headphones, setting up your sounds how you want them, whether you want them to either be blaring loud or really nice and quiet, like the way I like my settings, you know, as far as audio goes. And, you know, so, you know, that's really what I wanted to showcase. So the next thing is speakers. There's a number of speakers that you can choose from. and a number of speakers, which in every tier bracket of what you can spend. Though these speakers that I'm currently using are the Klipsch Pro Media. These are really great entry-level audiophile speaker, and especially if you pair them with a DAC, for like under a couple $100, you can't really go wrong. These Klipsch Pro Media, you can generally find them for $100, if not less than $100. And that's why I really recommend them. And they're a really great pair of speakers. I mean, normally when they originally were out, they were like these were between $300 and $400 pair of speakers. So you can't go wrong. And I mean, yeah, they're not gonna have Bluetooth. They're not gonna have, they're not gonna have Atmos or anything like that. But what they do give you is a really great 2-channel audio setup. And if you're just kind of getting into hi-fi and you don't have a ton of money, these are a really great set of speakers. Like I said, I'm using them currently. They're in my studio setup, and I can't say anything else but really great things about them. Right now I'm using them with a standalone DAC as well, and so that's another way, like I said, and between these speakers and a standalone DAC, you're going to spend, like I said, a fraction of the cost of what you would spend for, say, a $600 system, and this, like I said, this really gets you into that, into that stratosphere of hi-fi audio, at least starting to, as far as having a decent pair of sounding speakers. You get a subwoofer, it's a really great setup. I really love using this setup for my home studio, and it's a really great setup for small spaces, so that's another really great thing about these set of speakers. And like I said, I can't really say anything more good about them. More good? More better? Anything better. There we go. Anyways, so yeah, that's pretty much it about these speakers. There's a number of other speakers I really would like to show off, but I think I'm going to get to those in another video. There's a number of other kinds of speakers as far as studio monitors, Bluetooth speakers, tower speakers, all those kinds of things that I definitely plan to show off in another standalone video. So this was mostly focused on audio setup, the tools that you have to use as far as setting speakers up, is getting to know which one's the left, which one's the right, hearing the center channel, and also just the sound settings, because sound settings, for us blind people it's just so important, much like visuals are for sighted people, so, and, being able to know how to customize the sounds, knowing how to do that is, I feel, it's just really essential. And like I said, you might not want to have all the sounds going. You might not want to have any sounds at all. Some people do not like the sounds. Some people absolutely love their sounds. It's like, a stand-by-alone, case-by-case kind of scenario. So there you have it. Hopefully you enjoyed today's video, and I really would love it if, you would take the time to comment, like, subscribe to my channel. Let me know what you thought about this video. Whether you liked it, whether you hated it, if it was good, maybe it was shit. Anyways, so thanks for taking the time to sit through all of my ramblings and talking about, speakers and audio and voiceover and, all these things that I absolutely just love spending time talking about. So, alright, talk to you later. Thanks again.